Are you ready for the best hamburger you have ever had? Ever? Today on the Spicy Apron Cooking Show, we are going to make sous vide hamburgers. And if you don't know what sous vide is, that's okay, you're not alone, but stay tuned and I will show you all about it and you will find out why it makes the most perfect hamburgers. Let me introduce you to my new favorite toy, kitchen toy. This is my new sous vide circulator. A lot of people call it a sous vide tool. I believe both are correct. This is the Joule brand and I absolutely love it. And we're going to use it today to make sous vide hamburgers. So in a nutshell, sous vide is cooking foods to an absolutely precise temperature by submerging it in a warm water bath. I suppose you might consider it the first boil in a bag food, but really you're better off not thinking of it that way because it's so much more than that. I'm gonna walk you through the whole entire process for these sous vide hamburgers, and it'll give you a great idea of what sous vide does for your food. So I have my hamburger patties already formed here. They are about 1/3 of a pound each, and they're about 1.5 inches thick. All they are, ground beef, 80%. You do want to keep some fat in there, so it'll be nice and juicy at the end. And I mix it with some worcestershire sauce and then form the patties. The link to the full recipe is below, so feel free to click on that to see the full recipe. And while you're there, give me a thumbs up if you want to see more sous vide or other interesting recipes. Now these are like the easiest things in the world. All you're gonna do is season them liberally with salt and pepper. It is one thing about sous vide cooking is you actually do need to put a little bit more seasoning on it than you otherwise would. So what I'm gonna do, salt and pepper before I cook them and salt and pepper afterwards when I sear them. Now that they are all fully seasoned, I am going to put them into a Ziploc bag, remove all of the air by the displacement method, and I'm going to show you that. So let me run get my pot and I'll be right back. Now guys, I totally know what you're thinking. Like that sounds disgusting to put a hamburger in a plastic bag and soak it in hot water for half an hour. I thought the same thing, but I finally broke down and said, all right, I have got to try it because I love my burgers perfectly medium rare. My husband likes his medium, and we can do both with the sous vide, and they are perfect. You really have to give it a try. So what you're gonna need is a 1 gallon zipper bag. You can also use a vacuum sealer, which I use for a lot of my sous vide cooking. For the burgers, I actually prefer to do it with the plastic bag and just submerge it to force all of the air out. I'm going to show you how to do that now. That way they don't get too squished by too much vacuum. So grab your bag, and 1 gallon bag is perfect for 4 burgers. Now, it does help to, after you form your burgers, go ahead and put them back in the fridge to make them nice and firm before you put them in the water bath. They will keep their shape better that way. All right, so you see that? Your burgers are in the bag. Now, I have not zipped it up yet. I'm gonna do that right now. So the easiest way to do this is just gradually put the plastic bag in the water, and as you gently lower it, that air will start to escape out of the top. Now, as you're doing that, zip up your bag all except for about 2 inches. Now you can just go ahead and sink it down, except obviously leave these 2 inches up because you don't want those to go underwater yet. And as you push it down underwater, it forces all of the air out of the bag. Now you go all the way to the top, as high as you can go. You really are trying to get all of the air out of the bag. So as soon as it has about another 3/4 half inch left, then go ahead and just zip the very top closed. Now your bag of burgers is mostly free of air, and that is what you want for sous vide. So once you have your bag of burgers all set, we are now actually going to heat up the water. So that water is not hot yet. It won't be until I put this in it. Now, like I told you, I have the Joule Sous Vide circulator, which I absolutely love. And you just put your circulator in on the edge of the pan, and then whatever model of sous vide you have, go ahead and fire it up. I do these at 133 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. You certainly can do them for an hour or more if you would like, but I like mine medium rare. So that is a temperature that is ideal for me. If you want more medium well, go ahead and pop it up to 145 degrees if you want. So fire up your sous vide, let it come to temperature, and then we will put the burgers in. Well, I'm sure you can hear it whirring away in there, and that's what sous vide is. It's simply a device that warms the water to a precise temperature and then keeps the water moving so it very evenly and very precisely cooks your food. Now, I have the Joule. As you can see, there really are no controls on the Joule, so I control it with my phone, which is very cool because I can always just grab it and look and see what's going on. And as you can see, I think you can see, it's exactly 133 degrees. So it is time for us to put our burgers in. You've already prepared them. All the air is out of the bag, and all you're going to do is just gently set them in. Make sure that they are submerged, and then go ahead and put a clip or clothespin or whatever you have on the edge to just keep that bag kind of in place so you know that the burgers are going to stay submerged throughout the cooking process. Now, I cook them 30 minutes. You're certainly welcome to cook them more if you would like. And when we're done, we're going to give it that nice sear. You can either do that on a grill or in a pan, and we're gonna see what these fabulous burgers look like. Now, while it's cooking, it's a great time to either go relax or slice up your tomatoes and lettuce or whatever you're gonna have on your burgers, because you really don't have to do anything to these. That is another great thing about sous vide. Once it's in, you're done until you sear it at the end. All right, the 30 minutes are done. And now we're gonna take the burgers out of our pot. And please bear with me. I know they look kind of like not the most appetizing things, but trust me, hang with me. You will love these burgers. So I'm just gonna set them over here on my cutting board. I'm gonna take them out, pat them dry, add some salt and pepper, then sear them. So let me grab my pan and I'm gonna sear them in a pan. If you wanna toss them on the grill, even better. Just do 1 minute per side, that's it. Okay, I wanna show you the process of taking them out of the bag, because again, I do know it looks like not very conventional when we're talking burgers. So it's super easy, just be careful. They are fully cooked. You could eat them just like this, but they're far more appetizing looking if you put a nice crust on them. So that's what they look like. Now, you can tell by feel that it's medium rare. You know that test? You just push it down with your thumb and it feels like that part of your hand. Well, then it's medium rare. So all you need to do is just take them out. Again, they are fully cooked, and put them on your cutting board to add that final batch of seasonings and sear them up. Now, I like to get my buns nice and toasted before I put my burger on them. So grab your buns, slap them in the pan, and then they will be ready for your beautiful, perfect sous vide burgers. All right, we've got some toasty buns. Aren't those perfect? Take these buns off so they're all ready for you. And now we're gonna sear the burgers. And all I do is I add 1 tablespoon of butter because I like it that way. You can omit the butter if you want. And then toss your burgers in. Now you really only wanna sear them about a minute or 2 on each side. All you're trying to do is to get that crust on the outside. They are fully cooked exactly the way you wanted them. If you wanted 133 degrees, that's where they are. If you wanted more, then they're probably more than that. Now, as they finish searing, go ahead and grab your plate. And by the way, if you're looking for a recipe that goes really well with these, I would suggest you try my Instant Pot beans. They go from dry to done in less than an hour, and they are fantastic. So get your nice toasted bun ready and all of those beautiful fixings that you've already sliced up. Grab your burger. Look at that, guys. You can just tell it's just fantastic. Now, let me get rid of this pan, and I'm gonna dress this one up and show you what the inside looks like. Now, I like to keep it pretty simple and very classic. I do just a little bit of mayonnaise on it. Feel free to whatever kind of spread you like. Ranch dressing is actually really good on it. Mustard, ketchup. We've got our tomatoes, our perfectly cut tomatoes. A little bit of leaf lettuce. Top it off with some raw onions. I actually like grilled as well. Now, let's cut into that. Look at it. Can you just look at how absolutely perfect that looks? But it gets even better, guys, when I cut into the inside. And there you have it. The most perfectly done medium rare hamburger you will ever have. Cook it to your desired temperature, and it's gonna be perfect every single time. So I'm just gonna go right ahead and take a big old bite of this. I'm so not surprised. It's perfect. And if you're interested in getting more easy, awesome, perfect recipes, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Happy cooking and happy eating.